Before the planes, before the cabs, subways and trains, before the crowds, the interviews, the laughs, and the drinks, the first thing I plan on any trip is where I'm going to eat. For me, food is essential to how I relate to a place. If the food is great, I can't stop talking about how much I love that place. What is it about food that draws us in, makes it so important to our travel? Through these chats, it has occurred to me that board games and food share a common thread. They're used to help bring people together.
You know, London's food scene is incredible, and every street you turn down, you find a pub or a coffee shop, and you see people just lining the streets, eating and hanging out, and you can see the human relationships. I just want to go down through here and just drop board games on every table. Like, here's a card game. Let me teach it to you. Here's a card game. Here's a worker placement game. Let's play. Got some kick.
I think Splendor was the game that, I mean, so me and Nabil played quite a few games when we were like playing games in the board game club,
Sure.
But Splendor was the one that we kind of latched onto and then played a lot together, like as a two-player game.
Yeah.
And just, you know, it's one of those games that you play again and again, and then you even like change the rules a bit and be like, oh, what happens if, you know, we play to like a high number of points?
Yeah.
The thing I enjoy about it is because I'm not really that like socially confident,
Okay.
I don't think, which sounds weird because I've been on TV. So it's like, that doesn't make sense.
Sure.
But I like the structure of a game.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can play a game and sort of talk to people and get to know people through playing a game, I prefer that. I find it very hard just to chat generally.
Right.
And I think a lot of people who feel like that and feel a bit socially anxious are similar.
Yeah, we talk about on the show quite often that board games are like almost like social lubricant.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say when it comes out of your mouth, but it's true, right?
Yeah. I think it's almost the same with baking though too. Like if you had to like bake a cake together, then you've got something else to focus on.
Absolutely.
And again, a social lubricant. So I just like all the social lubricants.
Right.
Baking, board game.
I'm currently on my way to the Super Bowl board games, the Essen Spiel in Germany. This is board games on a new level. Essen is not only packed with people in board games, but they love their food. Board games are my starting point, my open door to new relationships. It's one of the reasons Starting Roll focuses on talking to people about how board games have this magical effect on relationship building. And on this trip, I'm starting to see how board games and food share these same qualities.
So Christmas time was always time for games.
Okay.
It was basically, we would play games and we'd eat, and we'd play games and we'd eat, and then we'd go to bed. But there was one session that I remember, it just really stands out vividly, of we played War of the Ring, which is an old SPI game.
Yep.
And I wasn't really heavy into war games, but I liked this one because of the story. And so we started playing this. I was in my pajamas.
Okay.
We, ate breakfast as we played, and the day went on, and we're still playing. And we'd eat lunch as we played. I'm still in my pajamas.
Yep.
And the game went back and forth, and it's Lord of the Rings, right? So the ring is passing back and forth between the good side and the dark side, the good side and the dark side. Kept going and going and going, and it's like dinner goes by, still in my pajamas. And it came down to the very end. We're in Mordor, about to toss the ring in. It came down to a coin flip.
Oh, wow.
Basically, it was just all that time, right? The entire day,
Right.
leading up to this coin flip, and I lost. And I'm not proud of myself, but I was like on the floor rolling around.
On the streets of Dusseldorf, Germany, we found a quaint farmer's market that was brimming with life and absolutely packed with food. Food is how we connect and cross over the language barrier. I ordered all kinds of food in German, albeit my German was broken and terrible, but it worked. And food, just like board games, can bring a smile to every face.
And that's what's so fun about it, right? Whether you're going to play a light game or a heavy game, just coming and bringing the game and rocking out is going to be a good time. And it's that shared experience I think we're all looking for.
Yeah.
Right? And you get to meet new people all the time, or you're hanging out with the same friend you've known for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. And those shared experiences, like you bring up, and just having a good community to be a part of. I mean, there's so many fandoms right now and different things like that people want to find out where they can go be Star Trek or Star Wars or, or do medieval stuff. And then in board games, like this is my first time coming to Spiel, and it's so cool seeing people that are into all the same stuff, but it's a whole new faces and it's all new experiences. And I'm just like, meet people yesterday coming by, oh my gosh, Harry Potter Hogwarts battle, I've been doing all these things, or we're talking about different stuff, and I'm just like, this is so cool because we're all a part of the same group.
Board games are universal.
Board games are universal.
I love that board games brings people from all different backgrounds, all different ages, and brings them to one table together where they can have a conversation with each other that they normally wouldn't get to have. It lets you learn about people on a different level than just having a conversation. You can see what they like, what they may not like, and you can share that with food and games all together.
Do you feel like the game helps facilitate that? Because like when you're sitting down to talk to someone and you don't have anything to facilitate it, there's like some awkward moments. But because the board game, it doesn't really have, the awkwardness leaves for some reason.
It does. There may be downtime in the game where someone else is taking a turn, and you may have times to talk to people in between games and learn about their life, and I think that's something really special about board gaming.
One place you have to visit in Dusseldorf is Jurhege. It was established in 1862, and this pub is an experience worth stopping for. And just smell the Aufbier. The genuine German cuisine is intoxicating. These recipes, without a doubt, have been passed down for generations, and the relationships made between these walls will last a lifetime.
I think board gaming brings people together because you've got to focus.
Okay.
So you're all playing a game, and you might have to, you learn things about people through playing that game, even though you're not necessarily asking them about their lives. It's a good way to know people.
Board games are kind of magic.
They are. I can't think of anything else that does that, but board games.
At this point in the trip, I had traveled thousands of miles and met so many amazing people. This trip helped me realize why I have invested my life in the hobby of board games. Board games can bring us to the table just like food does. And it's the people at the tables that matter most. From London to Germany to LA, we are all really the same gamers, just sitting at different tables.